history,
Facts are stupid things.
the details.
He loves the sea and anything that has to do with the sea.
These are the details
See if you can't leave me about an inch from where the zipper ends.
behind the stories.
Round under my back to my bunghole.
Badass backstories. And as those throngs of soldiers fought and froze to death in the easternmost parts of the country, the regent of Russia at the time, Anna Leopoldovna, was receiving various reports from her commanders in the field. These reports, along with all of her official correspondence, were written on a thick, rough kind of paper with a real heft to it. While for her personal communications, she relied on a lighter stock, like a rice paper, often decorated with flowers and even fragrances. In one such letter to her cousin, Julia, dated August 19th, 1740, she described her pet schnauzer, Nikolai. As the nation entered the Muromachi period in the first half of the 14th century, the feudal lords to whom the samurai were utterly devoted began to insist on a higher quality of hair care products. The dream shared by all of these relentless warriors was to reach the level of what the samurai called Honto no Sugoi Yoso o Matsukami, which, roughly translated, means hair with a real wow factor. In order to secure this honor, a wide variety of gels were produced and applied by specialists. These products could spell the difference between the honor of pleasing the samurai's lord and ritual seppuku, which would be committed with no hair products allowed, the warriors' visible split ends being the ultimate symbol of their failure and eternal shame. Among the pantheon of woodland hair spirits of Japanese folklore, you have to remember that these Greek soldiers were fighting and sweating and dying in terrible ways, by the thousands, by the tens of thousands, pushing themselves to and past the limits of their being, their very existence, the whole time while wearing extremely uncomfortable footwear. They were basically wearing sandals with bloody, filthy, stinking feet in them. Pebbles caught between the toes. How annoying would that be? Well, the Harvard historian Candace Shagunkalunka Booty Patootie tried to answer that in her 18-volume tome, Feats Don't Fail Me Now, Combat Footwear from Mesopotamia to the Modern Era. I highly recommend it if you have the time. But here, I'll quote Professor Booty Patootie. She writes, "The leather of the sandal would first irritate the space between the big toe and the piggy who stayed home. Sand and pebbles tearing into the already raw, tender flesh would send the hoplites into fits of rage." End quote. And during the rare breaks from their grueling marches, they might consume some dried fruits or nuts. And then badass backstories.